Thanks for checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe.
All right. In The Observer, you wrote, there was a confrontation that took place a few months ago before the Jade Cargill injury involving Cargill and Baszler. What's the story there?
Yeah. So it's when they were working together. And I saw, like, I wrote this, and people jumped to the idea that there was a spot in the tag match. I think it was the Cardiff tag match. But I remember in the tag match where Shayna gets the choke on and Jade taps, which I remember watching going, that's weird because they're protecting Jade. Why would they do that? I just thought it was very weird. And so people jumped in and goes, oh, Shayna got her in the hold and was choking her and she had to tap. And it's like, no, that had nothing to do with anything. That was a plan.
Shayna might have gotten fired if that was the case.
Oh, are you kidding? Not a mite. Come on. She'd have been, so no, that was all planned, and they were planning on doing something, using that as a controversy and doing something, and you know how things go, it's one of those funny things that, like, even though it's not like the Vince days where, everything changes every week, and there really is more long-term planning and people know what's going on more. The reality is, though, that things change every single week there too. And, whatever they were going to do coming out of that choke and tap out, which was supposed to be a storyline, they just dropped that storyline and nothing happened. But, yeah, there were the matches that were happening between Baszler and Zoe Stark and Bianca Belair and Jade, and things were messed up, and it wasn't botched moves, but there were botched moves, but it wasn't over botched moves. It was over things happening in the match that weren't supposed to happen. And there was always, like, certain resentment. Obviously there's going to be some resentment because, look, Jade came in with his giant build, and as a star, she was supposed to be a bigger star than Bianca, even though Bianca was carrying everything. They brought in Jade with the idea of, her and Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, and she's going to be right up there with those two as, like, the biggest star. And then they found out that, she's not ready. And then they took her off and tried to get her ready. And they put her with Bianca, she was supposed to be a single star. Then they put her with Bianca with the idea that, she just has to do hot tags and Bianca can carry the match and everything. So then there's more resentment because it's like Bianca, who's really good, is basically being used to set up Jade, who, didn't pay her, and but at the same time, most of the women there understood it's a business, and Jade's got the look and all that. So, but there were things that were happening that were not supposed to happen, and I guess,
do you think they were things that were done purposely, or was there confusion, or just a misunderstanding?
I can't say, was it on purpose or was it just miscommunication? I can't say.
Because if the idea is that Jade is not ready, it's possible that she just did not do the right thing.
Right. So yeah, I can't say. I don't know enough to know about it. And obviously the people who do, they just know that it wasn't that it wasn't happening the way it was supposed to.
Sure.
And we're blaming her.
Yeah.
I think that there was that. Okay. So it ends up where, I guess there's words, and Jade's actually, I don't want to, again, it's like, I didn't see what happened. Obviously I've heard different versions from different people. The version, that most is that, people think, like, Shane is not a bully or anything like that. If you, it's not like there's anything like, oh, they're mad at her and they send, MMA girl to, you know what I mean? Which in the old wrestling could have happened, but that's not what this was at all. But, it was kind of like Jade was more of an instigator, and Shayna didn't back down, because at this point she's not going to, because my gut is, if Shayna's the instigator, even if, like, put it this way, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong, that if there's something bad happens, they're going to go with the star. That's
Right.
how wrestling is, right? It's like CM Punk and Colt Cabana, right? I mean, Colt Cabana did nothing wrong in AEW. Whatever you think of, their split and why and him suing Punk and all that. Okay. But in AEW, there's a conflict between the two of them. Who got sent home? You know what I mean? Who was about to be fired? Who got sent home? It wasn't going to be CM Punk. And in this case, while it's not as big a gap of star power, Jade's still if you know what I mean? If there was a fight and even if Jade was more wrong, Shayna's the one who's probably going to pay the price. But it happens. Shayna didn't back down, and they calmed it down, and that's really what it was. That's basically what how it went down. It's so I guess that's the best answer that I got.
Are you one of those youngsters today who listens to Spotify? I don't even know what it is. But I do know this. All of our podcasts are available at Spotify. You can head up right now and sign up. The easiest way to do so, f4wonline.com/Spotify. And for just $9.99 per month, you can listen to 84 podcasts on any given month. 84! 2 to 3 podcasts every single day covering pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And if you think about $9.99 per month, that's just pennies per day. So check it out today on Spotify. That's f4wonline.com/Spotify. f4wonline.com/Spotify.